All right. Who is interested? Who is interesting? Everyone's who's interested in a recap of last session?
If I could request a very thorough recap of just like generally what we've been doing, that'd be great.
Thank you, Doug. So we did
So I
work.
actually started writing notes like beginning when we were figuring out a bunch of technical difficulties, and got to a point where I just completely stopped taking notes. So I think I have the first half if someone wants to back me up on the second.
Great. Cool.
Okay, so we were on this job to. This is not very thorough. Sorry, Doug. To clear out some skeletons apparently on this island. So they can build a lighthouse. We fought but first, we fought these water elementals. That was pretty fun. Made it to the island, fought the swarm of skeletons. Then we like teetered off of this boat could actually be used on land, so we could try that out. That was pretty cool. We got to the holy site, right? And met up with the priest. I did not get his name. And that's where I left off.
Anyone interested in filling in gaps? That was actually pretty good broad strokes.
The priest's name is Ozymandias. Before we made it into the temple, we were attacked by Osmond, who is a dragonborn guard. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, you're right.
Osmond is a dragonborn guard who apparently failed to protect them from a bunch of pirates under the command of Bernadette Crowell. Somebody in the Abbey had been skimming from the pirates. The pirates came back and kicked the shit out of them. Also, I have Bayleaf Elvenbard hired by Ozymandias to train somebody in something. Also, he's kind of a dick.
Bayleaf was he's like he feels like a wizardy bro. You know?
I think he's a bard.
Yeah. What's the difference?
A lot.
I mean, personality, generally speaking. Nah.
Everyone
I
here
just mean
has the capability of
personality
being a
type,
dick.
not.
That's true. It's very, very true.
Charisma versus int prime stat is what I'm getting at.
I think two important things that either I missed in the summary or we just didn't cover are that we are in sort of the underground portion of the Abbey. Everything above ground was burned to the ground by Bernadette Crowell and her pirates. And it was burned to the ground because they had some trading going on with the priests of the Abbey, but some of the priests were caught skimming from whatever they were trading. And so to teach them a lesson, the pirates burned it all down. And then there's some vast treasure that's supposed to be under the Abbey. And I don't know if we have any more information about that yet, but
there's like a treasure and a guardian, and that's what Bayleaf, I think, was like supposed to help them with.
Yeah, I thought I don't know if he was helping them with that or helping them train, because the Ozymandias knew that priests were skimming before the pirates showed up, and I thought he hired Bayleaf to help train them to defend themselves. But in any event,
that went well.
Right, that went well, and Ozymandias said he wouldn't leave or didn't want to leave because he was interested in getting to whatever was under this abbey, if I remember, or if my notes are correct.
I thought he didn't want to leave because this is his temple. Like, he helped build this abbey.
Yeah. He cannot leave, and I don't think he's told you exactly why yet, but he cannot leave.
Oh, he can leave.
You can leave if you wanna, An environmental note is that in this place everything is in darkness. The light that we see is coming from Krellick from the drift globe, which it actually should be less light than what's emanating. 'Cause it's just the light spell, so it's 20 foot, 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim, and that's like 60 foot, I think.
Oh, yours was set for something else. Yeah,
Probably
yours is way
dawn,
too
the
big.
the dawn light, which is this would be accurate for if I use the dawn function.
Boop.
Hey, there we go.
You like being blind?
I can see.
Question: do we need further recap for Doug? Like what happened before we got here and all that? It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, preferably, but honestly, I'll just catch up.
Also,
There hasn't been a whole lot of major plot between the resolution of Stolen Branch and the whole Astrazalian situation and this. By the time we got back from that, we got visited at home by Zendros. She passed out some magic items that people had previously paid for, and some guns that Toby and Micah bought. And then we fucked around in town, talked to the various council people. We talked to Eleander, and he's down for if we can get proof that Gellin is not just smuggling, but also put the town in danger, then Eleander is up for trying to remove him from the council, but not until we can have, like, solid concrete proof. We then got hired by the Mariners Guild to come here, clear this place out. They want to put a lighthouse on it. Although apparently the island is, like, overrun with skeletons, which are supposed to be the guardians of this abbey. If you have the right holy symbol, mess with you. That's bad. That's bad.
We mind whammy that one person that makes stuff
Oh, right.
and realize
Jalar.
Eleander is his smuggling is not related
Gellin.
to the. Oh, sorry, Gellin. Is not related to what is it? The Red Brands?
The Scarlet Brotherhood.
Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah, I don't. Wow, I'm not here today. Yes, that. I think that's it. Anything else? Did I forget anything else? We have Goose. I'm very happy about the Goose.
We have Goose. Okay. All right, folks. Okay, so we had to end last session in the midst of a conversation where Bayleaf was talking again about this thing called the Winding Way and the beasts of the Winding Way. And yeah, like he said, what he's told you thus far, what he said so far, is that there is some sort of treasure some sort of treasure in the Winding Way, him mentioning it has made Ozymandias pretty peeved. But Bayleaf will continue by saying, he says, from what I understand, there's close to, what would you say, 10 grand worth of treasure down there? But somebody is keeping rather tight-lipped about where it is located. And Ozymandias says, I don't even know how you came upon the knowledge of the sacred and secret name of that place. And I would prefer if you wouldn't speak about it anymore. And he seems very irritated.
Are you all just gonna sit here and talk in the dark?
Ozymandias looks over at you and blinks a few times and just says, this doesn't bother us. We all have been blessed with sight.
That does not sound foreboding at all. Zashel will cast light on Yumi's bow.
Thank you. It was very dark in here.
Ozymandias, may I ask you something unrelated to the previous discussion? This
Sure.
is an Abbey to Procon, correct?
He nods.
Are you at all familiar with a trident, the Sailor's Lament? We happened upon a reference to this while working some other job.
He scratches some stubble and says, it is more of a myth than anything. It is theoretically a very powerful tool used to commune with the god himself. Though it has not been seen or recorded to have been seen in decades at least. And even then, it can be considered hearsay.
I see. What is the origin of this item? I'm curious purely from a historical standpoint.
A gift to a hero who needed the strength of the gods and was granted it in her dying breaths.
Fascinating.
Though we don't trade very well in mythos, that is a sacred relic, to be sure. Anyway, as I've said, those who are here, those who have survived here, those working under me, understand that this is a sacred and special location, and there is an understanding that we cannot permitted to leave the island. Some, and his eyes go to Bayleaf, may come and go as they please, but many of the monks and the acolytes and the clerics here understand that their commitment to this monastery and to this island is their life.
What about you, Ogman? You gonna commit your life?
His chin lifts and he says, I have.
What's in this room?
My things.
See, I thought you was, on the job.
I am granted privacy.
They paying you, or you do this because you love it?
There is enough granted to us that money is unnecessary. I have chosen this position here, yes.
To live in a basement, eating meat paste.
We didn't used to live in a basement.
Tell you what, how about you show me what's behind the door, and I'll give you a bit of this.
And I'll shake my wineskin around.
Make a persuasion check.
Nat
Yeah.
20. We're back, baby.
He snorts a little steam from his nostrils and says, "Fine," and he opens the door for you. Let me
My hands are sticky because I'm eating wings, but could you move my token in the room for me, please?
Yes.
It was quite a struggle with one finger to move the mouse and do all the clicking. What do I see when I go in?
The door opens and this room just reeks of wine. There are some small kegs that are scattered everywhere, with a floor-to-ceiling wine rack filled with bottles. A crudely made pallet of rags and sacks cover the center of the room. Everything, there is enough cracks and damage done to pretty much everything here. Basically, whatever might be salvageable is spoiled.
Does it look like I don't know how it's possible to necessarily tell, but does it, you said like wine bottles, are they just like littered around like this is all like this is trash in here?
There's a rack against the wall, where several have slipped from the wall, but most of them are in a place, but damaged, corked, like broken. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lumber my way in and give a few knocks to each one as I go by, just seeing like if any are full and have anything. I'll pull a wine bottle out and see if it has anything in it. As I'm going into fuck with the shit. I'll see all that winery stuff and turn to Ogman and I'll toss in the wineskin and say,
"You've been holding out on me, Ogman. I knew it."
He takes the wineskin and drinks.
Do I find that any are is everything empty? Do I find that they have actual stock here?
Roll investigation.
Sure.
If you need me to click it for you, I can.
If you wouldn't mind, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Is there a base amount I would know because of what I've described that I've done? Like knocking on things, actually touching something, right?
Nothing worth salvaging. And with a 17, one of the kegs that you knock against doesn't have a liquid sound. It has a sound of something like heavy inside of it, getting rocked around in it. But the minute that happens, he goes to stand close by to you until you walk away, and if you don't, then he just, holds where holds his posture.
Yeah. I'll put, instead of like a light knock to it, when the sound is strange, I'll put like my whole hand and like physically start shoving the thing back and forth, like head to the side, listening. Just like,
what's it? Is it rotten?
He puts a hand against the keg to like hold it down so it stops rocking, and he, leans into your face and growls, "My stuff."
I give him a nod.
So, is there anything in here to drink, Ogman?
If there were, it would be gone.
Well, it's a good thing that we have supplies then, isn't it? Come on.
Do you leave?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, what's everyone else up to? Yumi, what are you doing?
I don't think she's really doing anything. She's just kind of waiting to see what's happening out here and what we decide to do with these people.
Okay. What's Dasani thinking? Dasani, why is your HP so low? That's not right. There's something wrong here.
Is it not?
That's still from the bear.
Yeah, you should
Remember,
have full
he took
HP.
a bunch of damage.
Oh,
as the bear.
oops. I never changed it. I told you I I got a little too high last game.
Craig, delete
am...
that. Delete that, Craig.
Oh shit, I forgot about Craig. I am just kind of looking around with a dumb look on my face, blinking. So, like, what are we doing down here?
Who are you asking?
I mean, just out loud,
Oh, okay.
just awkwardly and out loud.
You see that a couple of the monks who are over here are staring at you. But you can still pose that question and anyone can respond.
Is anyone gonna answer me? Like, are we down here for drinks or like what's happening?
That's the monks have been hiding from the pirates down here, but I do kind of have to echo the confusion of what is it. You say you can't leave, but if you stay here, you will almost certainly be overrun by pirates. What is... I mean, we can take some of you back with us if you would like to petition the king or anyone even in Saltmarsh to help you deal with the sea kings, sea princes. I never get this right as Ted.
Sea princes.
Sea princes, right?
Sea princes.
Yeah.
Sea kings are monsters in One Piece. Okay, I can remember that. No, I can't. Let's be real.
Ozymandias
There is
says-
even a temple to Procon within the boundaries of Saltmarsh. Why not take it up with the greater of your order?
Because to abandon this sacred land, this plot that has been dedicated, is sacrilege and punishable by death within the order as it stands.
You're not abandoning it if you're seeking aid.
We are. Leaving it to the elements and not defending it. At the very least myself, but the others know their oaths as well. It is to lose all title, recognition, and ultimately be killed if we are to leave this place.
Is it that serious? If you leave, you get killed?
It's a curious oath that doesn't even allow you to seek aid from others of your own faith.
Seeking aid is one thing. We cannot abandon dedicated ground. It can become overrun with anything. Creatures, beasts, like you said, pirates. It is truly better within the eyes of our order to die to the sword than it is to abandon the monastery. Yup, he appears to be telling the truth. He is speaking in earnest.
This is the dumbest fucking order I've ever heard of. Oh.
Hey, bro, we know it would take you, less than a couple days to go get some help, but no. Better you stand there and get gutted.
Right.
Hey, I didn't write this. You take that one up with Wizards of the Coast, man.
Could I ask Augmen, because he still has my wine skin? I'll reach out to ask for it, and then I want to ask Augmen if he wouldn't mind going topside with me.
He drinks again and then hands it back, and then hold on. Considers it for a moment and then nods.
All right. You all figure out what it is that you're doing. Ogman and I got some business.
The high priest puts out a hand and starts to stammer as if to try to get you to stop. But Augmund just ignores him. We'll handle that in a moment. What's Yop doing?
Ozymandias, what were you trading with the sea princes?
Nothing terribly valuable. Cloth, expensive foreign goods. Nothing per se interesting, just of value to them.
Where were you getting the cloth in goods? Doesn't seem to be much on this island.
No, we stood as a cache for them. Nothing can get onto the island without having to pass the Skull Dunes. We are an ideal location. They found us incidentally while looking for a hiding place.
So you were storing goods for them, and some of the priests here started skimming those goods.
So it wasn't really a trade situation. You were hiding stolen property.
Doesn't seem very religious.
I agree, but we weren't in position to say no at its first, and by the time I felt it was possible to do something about them, it became too late.
So you weren't trading with the sea princes so much as they were forcing you to hide shit for them.
Correct. And that is kind of what he said last time. He said they were working with traders, not...
I got it.
Yeah.
Are the priests that were caught skimming, are they still alive?
As it happens, and his eyes dart past you all in this direction.
Is he looking at these two dudes standing here, or is he looking at the doors?
It's just generally in that direction.
Does Ozymandias mean you two?
They both shake their heads. No, a fellow who came here incidentally by the name of Odium. He arrived on behalf of a chapel to the west and hasn't left.
Odium?
I gotta make sure that that's correct. Just give me one moment. I don't know why they gave every NPC in this chapter names that started with O. It's truly cruel to me. One moment.
To help confuse things, the first time I wrote it down in my notes, I wrote down opium.
Yes, it's Odium. Odium. I'll write that in chat.
Yop will head over to the doors beyond these people and see what's in there.
Okay. There is a there is a room that is lined with statues of statues and figurines of dogs and horses, monks and pilgrims, footmen and knights on horseback, and several tiny garden gnomes. All these statues are between 1 to 3 feet tall. And standing against the northern wall are 2 life-size statues. One is a robed skeleton holding a large scythe, and the other is a Medusa. And on the floor in front of these statues is a pallet of several small blankets, on which sits a halfling gentleman who is wearing similar robes to what everyone else is wearing, but they have slightly different filigree texture, a softly different design. Hello, come in.
Are you Odium?
Yes.
Why don't you come out and join us? We have many visitors.
No, I don't think I will.
It's my understanding that it's your fault that the Abbey got burned down.
That's what Ozymandias says, yes.
Well, what do you say?
Who are you?
I'm one of the visitors.
Are you planning on leaving the Abbey anytime soon?
Not until we get some answers.
What sort of answers are you looking for?
Honest ones?
Well, then, as far as honest answers go, there is a couple of hidden things in the cellars of the Abbey that I know Ozymandias would prefer to keep secret, but really ought to be either handled or destroyed. And also, that elven bastard. That guy. If he's leaving the island, let me know.
Oh, well, thank you very much for the information. Now, back to my first question. Are you the one responsible for the Abbey being burned down?
I'm not the only one.
Oh, well, who else is responsible?
As far as I'm concerned, everyone who either turned a blind eye, helped anyone else out, and ultimately, the owner of the Abbey for not being astute enough to have noticed what was going on under his nose.
Oh, what was going on under his nose?
Apparently, well, I mean, he did allow for pirates to get to the island in the first place, to strike a deal with him, and allowed them to pass through here without any recompense. They were allowed rest here whenever, ate whenever, and took whatever, and we had to just sit there and allow that to happen.
That's an interesting perspective that he just allowed it. It doesn't seem like priests would be all that well outfitted or trained to take on a bunch of ruthless pirates.
That's why he hired Bayleaf.
The skeletons also protect the island.
So he didn't
Skeletons
just
do protect the island.
So he didn't just allow it. He actively tried to do something to prevent it. He hired someone to train people to defend the Abbey.
Yeah, years too late.
How did you get to the Abbey?
I was sent here. I am from a separate temple, and I came here a substantially long time ago to train under Ozymandias, and it has gone poorly.
Just so I'm clear, a different temple, but also to Procon?
He nods.
What are you doing in here?
I was napping.
Oh, is this your room? I'm sorry for not knocking. So this is your room?
Yes.
The lovely statues. Do they have any particular meaning, or you just like them aesthetically?
Well, this is a storage room that I was assigned when the rest of the Abbey and all of our true private quarters were destroyed. So, no.
Oh, so not even your stuff, really. That's a pity.
Correct.
What is it that Ozymandias was supposed to be training you in?
The role of a cleric, how to commune with the force of Tempest, and prepare to build another chapel.
I see. Do you have a spot, or did you, or do you have a spot picked out for this other chapel?
Not yet. It comes to you when you have been called. You're pulled to it. You're guided.
Oh, I see. So just general Abbey and congregation building skills is what you were looking to gain from Ozymandias.
He nods.
And it turns out you learned more what not to do than what to do.
He doesn't really respond.
Well, since you won't join us, I'm guessing some of my friends may have questions for you later. It was nice meeting you, Odium.
All right.
That guy's a piece of work. I'll also relay all the shit they told me.
Ozymandias just has again that very strained, exhausted look, and is pressing his fingers to his forehead and eyes.
Don't think we haven't forgotten that apparently there's stuff under the Abbey that Odium also mentioned. We should probably talk more about that. Hey, I wonder what Krellig's doing up top.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's happening? What's happening, dude?
So we'll get out on top of the ruin. Walk up to the edge. Take a sip from the wine skin, holding my new spear, and I'll pass the wineskin back to Ogden.
So you were you born here? Did you come here?
I'm from Seaton.
No kidding. I spent some time in Satan. Yeah. Hey, when Crowley came round, did you meet her?
I've seen her before, yes.
Vicious, that one. Honestly, surprised you got off this easy.
And I'm gesturing towards the burned landscape.
I seen her flay a man and then feed his skin to the other one.
His nose wrinkles. He
Yeah.
snorts.
Yeah, messed up. But, I mean, I guess that comes when you cross them. Not very smart, Augie.
Hmm.
I think you maybe have a big problem.
And what do you think that is?
Well, I think it's you.
Fuck you.
Could be. But who hides anything of... I mean, if you got... Like, what do you got that you're putting in a wine barrel hidden away from the others? It ain't shoes. Unless you're hiding good food. You hiding the good food, Augie?
No.
What do you think they'd do if the others knew?
I don't think that the others would care that I have kept a set of leathers and, as you managed to guess, pair of shoes to myself.
Feathers hidden away in a barrel. What's so good about them?
They're mine.
Well, this used to be yours, didn't it?
He growls.
So who do you think it is that's skimming?
Odium. He's a rat.
What makes you think that?
Have you smelled him?
No, everything down there smells bad. I think some of yous ain't using the upstairs toilet.
Ozymandias is doing his best, but he's young and a fool.
But you're no fool.
Of course not.
You really believe all this?
What do you mean?
Well, Weird Island temples, some sea god.
You don't offer to a sea god when you set out in voyage? That is a foolish decision for a sailor.
Hey, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying not all the stories is true.
But they are.
So what you want to do about, Osmond?
If I were allowed, I'd crack his neck and pull the head right from his shoulders.
Now you're talking a language that I understand. I could help you. For a price.
Roll persuasion.
It's a 3.
This is between myself and another member of my order.
Well, the problem you all got now is that we're here. And they're gonna be asking questions like I'm asking questions to you. The real questions no one's asking out loud, though, is when do I kill everyone here?
You won't.
Maybe. It doesn't have to be like that. But you're all a bunch of weirdos sitting in the dark underneath the earth. So it's, well, I've known a lot of weird, bad people. You all fit the bill.
You're an asshole who rode a boat onto an island.
Did you see that?
Just wouldn't be so quick to judge weird and bad.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, well, I figure we's either leaving or we's taking a look at what she got down in the big basement.
He doesn't say anything, he just starts walking back towards the entrance to the cellar.
Yeah, I'll follow him back down.
So, what we decide to do?
Ozymandias, I'm sort of loosely in agreement with my friend here. Our task was not to assist you with fighting off pirates or any similar such thing. We are here at the behest of the Mariners Guild to discover whether it is a option to put a lighthouse on this island to aid the other sailors in the area. You seem to... Suffice to say, you have plenty of problems here in this place. If that is something you need our assistance with, I'm sure a deal can be reached. Mostly, I need to understand if you are willing to allow this construction to go forward, since it seems that apparently accepting pirates wishing to stash their ill-gotten gains on your island, the skeletons of this island defended against any who would land here. Again, apparently accepting pirates who made their way through said skeletons to this abbey to threaten you in the very first place.
What? A lighthouse here, as you've said, makes this place public. It's also possible makes it a more well-disguised location. The Sea Princes is a reality and a possibility. I suppose with time, we could move the Guardians from the Skull Dunes. But I would need to think about this. I would need to pray and discover whether or not this would be considered desecration of Holy Land.
How much of this island is considered part of the temple to Procon?
It varies, unfortunately. The Lord of Lightning and the Tempest God is fickle. Having the Abbey here is... those grounds at least are consecrated, but in theory, with time, effort, or even on a whim, any other part of the island could be considered a part of the same grounds. Again, it would take me some time to consider it.
What time did we arrive here?
On the island itself at dawn. Because you guys sailed through the night.
It's true.
Yeah, it's still pretty early then, right?
Yes. Yes.
The lighthouse is probably a really good idea, though. Having public, right? Because you need to rebuild your thing, and you can make a gift shop.
It is worth considering. Excuse me. He puts his hands together and lightly bows ahead and goes to retire to a room.
Of course. Do you mind if we explore while you are indisposed?
He puts a hand to the door frame and looks at you and says, I do mind. And then he goes into this room. And as soon as the door shuts, Bayleaf flicks his hair over his shoulder and looks at all of you and says, "But I don't. And I don't think anyone else does either." And he grins.
Any other survivors of the original attack that we haven't met yet?
Well, there are a few in other rooms. I have a roommate in mind, and he gestures to the door behind him over here. I think a man named Roland's in another room. And,
Clearly we can't trust Roland. His name does not start with O.
Or maybe he's the only one we can trust because it doesn't start with an O.
and that's just a name I'm throwing out there, I'll say that.
Then it's definitely him.
It's important that we remember Roland, but it's also important that you know that if you go and hunt down Roland and he doesn't have any important information, that one's not on me.
Don't lie to us, Roland.
Tell us what you know.
Vakaris, are you doing anything?
Not really. At first
Vakaris,
when-
what percentage of this room is on fire right now?
I'm currently Autumn. But yeah, when he started opening up rooms, I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'll do that." But then it seemed like the other rooms are pretty important, so I'm not gonna walk into them. If I was Spring, I would, but I'm not Spring right now.
Once the doors are shut, Bayleaf just goes around to all of the other rooms and starts opening doors and flinging them open and then walking to another door and flinging it open. He's just like going in a circle, and as he's crossing, he like makes prolonged eye contact with Ogmund, walking backwards and maintaining his gaze as he's continuing to do this, trying to like judge that response. I'll just clear some doors for you. You all wouldn't happen to be interested in the rumored treasure, would you?
I'm very interested.
Technically speaking, we were given salvage rights. However, the legality of said salvage rights comes into question given that they were extended under the impression that everyone here was dead. Now we understand that that is not the case. The legality of salvage rights becomes murky.
I'll say. Although, as I understand it, hardly anyone knows about whatever it is that is hiding in the Winding Way. I believe at that point it still counts as salvage.
I believe it would count as temple raiding, given that this area still represents the remaining section of the temple.
So I have a question. So they don't quite know what's down there. Is this whole temple built based upon excavating what's down there?
Oh, I don't think that Ozymandias doesn't know what's down there. I just don't think he's telling anyone.
But it is built on excavating what is down there. Is that correct? Not that they built a temple and stumbled upon something down there.
Who knows?
I figured you were here long enough to know.
Oh, I've only been on the island less than a month. Happened to get here at just the wrong time.
How long ago did you say you were attacked again?
Couple of weeks, probably. Not many of us have made it above ground. Tried to keep that door shut.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'll sniff a bit.
And actually, you are surprised there is like a dankness, but there is a surprising freshness to the air for being underground for as long as you have been. Like it does not. It's not choking. It's a little bit musty, but it's not bad. It's shockingly not bad. It's unusually not bad.
Right, so, we're looking around this place, right?
Be my guest.
I begin just walking over
certainly
and
can't
looking
stop
in
you.
rooms.
He grins as you walk past. That room appears to have three crude pallets on the floor and a large iron kettle in the center of the chamber. A guy sitting on one of those pallets. And in the northeast corner is a jumbled pile of broken lumber.
In this room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey,
I'm Roland.
oh, I heard about you. What are you doing?
He picks up the kettle and it rattles.
Is it empty?
No. Very much obviously not. But it sounds like there's like rocks in it.
Stone tea.
Are there rocks in it?
Are there rocks in there?
He turns it upside down and pours out some charcoal.
Wait a minute. So you just been sitting in this dark room looking in a bin full of coal?
Yeah, when you light it, it keeps the whole room warm. If you keep the kettle in here, you light the charcoal, and it keeps the whole room warm.
Yep.
I'll
Life
turn
hacks.
around. I'll turn around, close the door.
My room sucked.
That is actually what is in that room. Like that's. Anyone else doing anything? You guys need to talk?
Oh, I think I'm just waiting around for the priest to decide it.
Which room did Ozymandias go into?
This one over here, that the door has remained shut. When Bayleaf was going and open doors, he kept that one closed.
Bayleaf, any idea where this other door leads?
The meditation room? Yup, that room has several large bookcases leaning against the walls, and a high chair and a scribe's desk to the right of the door, with bookcases loaded with books and scrolls, 4 bedrolls stacked neatly in the corner, and this person here seems to be going through them.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
It looks like I found the library.
Sort of. It's only what Ozymandias was able to salvage before the fire got too bad.
I understand. My name is Yap. What is your name?
Mariah?
Are you also a priest here at the Abbey?
Yes.
And do you serve a specific role?
I'm a cleric and a clerk.
Oh, is there anything interesting I should read to understand more about the Abbey's mission?
Oh, well, if you'd like, you can. She pulls a couple of things, a couple of books down that say, some books that are sky blue leather trimmed with copper, and there seems to be a set of 5. She just pulls the first one down, stamped with the trident.
Oh, I do so love books. Lots of interesting things to learn. Lots of warm summer days passed just losing myself in their pages. And I'll just sort of wander around the room as I'm saying this, sort of running my finger across the spines of books. And I am looking for anything particularly interesting. Especially anything that might explain what this vast treasure is or what the winding way is.
Okay, make an investigation check. Okay. There is the, oh, hold on. I lost my place. Okay. There is the books that she's indicated. As well as... most of the things that you see here seem to be written history of the temple itself. It appears that the most important texts would be the leather-bound ones she has offered to you.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, bookkeeping, and that's pretty much it.
All right, well, is she sitting in the chair in this room?
No.
Great, I will sit in the chair in this room, and I will attempt to do some speed reading.
Okay, cool. The book itself starts. It actually is written in Aquan.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
yeah. The book is written in Aquan, and skimming through it, it is very quickly evident that it is a ritual book, full of incantations and ceremonies, that are maybe a little less than ethical. Like creating wards of skeletons and how to call upon the forces of like natural chaos to like there is chapters on how to essentially bring an entire ship to the bottom of the ocean, and then what can be done with the souls of those who have drowned. It is actually a pretty disturbing, and the farther you like flip through it, it becomes more and more graphic, and a little bit more grim. It is not. It doesn't seem to really like, considering these people seem to be like mostly chill. It feels very disjointed and strange, you know.
So you're telling me I've got a book in my hands that describes how to bring a ship down to the bottom of the sea, what to do with the souls once they're down there, how to animate skeletons, and there's a picture of a trident on the front of this book?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just ordinary.
Right,
everyday-
ordinary Abbey stuff.
I'm sure it's
Nothing
not
to worry
connected.
about.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tuck the book under my arm. Thank you, Mariah, and I'm walking out of the room with the book.
I'd like that back.
No, you'll get it back very shortly. Thank you.
Well, no, I'm going to come and get the book back. She tries to grab it from you if this becomes a thing.
Oh, it's gonna become a thing.
Cool.
Betty?
Hell yeah, I'm ready for a fight.
Can you make me, if you're gonna try to like resist her, like her trying to snatch it from you, can you make me an athletics check? Okay, that's surprisingly close. Yeah, she has her hands on it, and you just yank it away. Just please, this is some of us could have died. Losing that, it is in ancient history. It is very important that it is kept.
Oh, it'll be kept safe and sound. You'll get it back, don't you worry.
Zashel, what are you doing?
Zashel wanted to go to the room that, essentially I'm headed to the room that Odium is in.
Oh, that's clear up here.
Okay.
Krellick. Oh, you wouldn't have gone that way. Never mind. Because Krellick can't see anyone, so he goes just back to the center of the room because he can't see anyone.
Okay. All right. There's that room for you, Zashel.
So, I understand you are the reason the Abbey has been burned down.
He rolls over on the cot and sits up and rolls his eyes. What do you want?
We are trying to understand the situation that has gone on here. I know you've spoken with one of my compatriots. I'm hoping you can clarify a few things for me. Ozymandias has retired to a room to meditate upon an offer we have made. In the meantime, since you almost certainly represent the, shall we say, opposite views to his, I thought it useful to find your take on certain things.
Okay.
We have dealt with the guardians of this place. It was not exceedingly difficult, but then again, our situation is almost certainly different than what would have been the case for a group of pirates. We, for instance, were able to traverse the skeletons with a little more ease than they would have. I'm trying to understand, given that I know you were the one to skim from them, according to Ozymandias, allegedly skim from them. There must have been some way that they were able to easily navigate the Guardians in the first place, correct?
Not easy. No.
They were able to make the trip multiple times. I'm trying to understand how that was accomplished.
He shrugs and says, Captain Crowell is a very clever woman.
So there is no chance that somebody within the Order was... what's the word I'm looking for? Collaborating with the Sea Princess.
The only one that could have been would have been Ozymandias. He's the only one who has the medallion that can get anyone across the dunes safely.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood him, apparently. I was under the impression anyone with a holy symbol of Procon could have done it.
Nope.
But you're saying that's not the case. Fascinating.
It is his medallion.
What made you decide to... What made you decide to take the pirates' things? My friend says you were interested in preservation of many of the relics, but from what we understand, the pirates were not... That was not the pirates' purview.
Ozymandias is a youthful, arrogant idiot. And I was hoping that he would get caught and possibly deposed. Is that what you want to hear?
Is it the truth?
He stares at you.
I have no interest in passing judgment. I'm simply trying to understand what happened here.
Yes.
Do I get the feeling that this is the truth?
Roll insight. For all of his attitude, kind of seems like it.
So if I understand your plan correctly, to remove Ozymandias as head of this order, you waited until a deal had been made with the Sea Princes, then stole from a notorious group of pirates in the hopes that they would depose the leader of your order and leave it at that.
Well, you say it as if that doesn't make sense. Would it not make sense to, again, get rid of the threats to their ring and then put someone in place who was more compliant?
No, it doesn't make sense. If the medallion is all that is required to keep the monsters at bay, it would make more sense to simply kill everyone here, take the medallion, and then not have to rely on anyone else to protect their interests?
Only those within the Abbey know that the medallion is the only way.
So you were hoping they would be under the same impression that I was under, that the priests could clear the way for them, so to speak.
He nods.
Have you ever been to these lower
The Winding Way?
That's the one.
Yeah, Bayleaf's been talking about that for a while. I actually think he's full of shit.
What sort of things did you take, if you don't mind my... Allegedly take, pardon. What sort of... Allow me to rephrase the question. What sort of things are the pirates stashing on this island? We've been told by Ozymandias that this is textiles and similar...
He thinks for a moment and then rolls onto the cot so that he is closer to the Medusa statue and presses a soft release button and a little lid pops up at the base of it, at the base of the statue, and he pulls out a couple of scrolls and he says, "Something of value," and then he sets it back in and then shuts the lid.
May I?
No.
Would you describe them then? All I see are scrolls, and scrolls can be anything from a grocery list to powerful magic relics able to shake a planet to its core.
I will let you try to decide which one you think I found more valuable.
It's not a question of... It's a question of exactly where along that spectrum we are talking.
Minute enchantment. Nothing earth-shaking, as you say. Most idiots with a wand can make use of those. Anything else, Ted?
Are you able to leave this place? Have you sworn the same oaths that bind the others to this place, even in death?
I am looking for a way off of this island, and I am not sworn in the same way the others are.
Meaning you are tied to a different temple, or...
My allegiance is, if anywhere, sworn to a separate temple, but as I am training to dedicate my own, my oaths are flexible until such time as I am able to organize my own clergy.
Had your plan worked, who do you think would be in charge of this temple right now?
By order, there were a few who were ahead of me that were killed in the fires. In theory, there is a chance, based on who is left, that responsibility would fall to me, though again, this is not my dedication. I would actually prefer to have not been left in charge here.
I'm amused. The statue, was that already here, or is that something the pirates brought and you took the whole statue? It seems an odd room for statuary.
It is.
Don't see how the Medusa falls into your particular faith.
You're right. I truly don't know what either of these two are doing. And he shrugs.
If we leave, do you think Ozymandias will let us take you with us?
I think he'd be happy for me to leave.
Something for us to keep in mind then. And I think that's all I got for him.
Okay. Alright. Yup, what are you doing?
I'm going to peruse the book and see if I can find anything in there specifically about... I'm sure it won't have anything about Ozymandias' medallion specifically, but anything about creating a similar medallion.
Let's get a religion check. As far as you can tell, no. This tome doesn't have anything about the crafting of such an item.
Vicaris, you like to read, don't you?
Oh, sure.
See if you can make heads or tails of this. And I'll hand him the book.
You hand it to him, you open it up, Vicaris, and it's all in a language I don't think you speak.
God damn.
And if I had chosen spring instead, I would have comprehend language.
Krellick, see if you can make heads or tails of this.
Dasani also reads Aquin.
Oh, nice, yeah. Hold on 1 second, Krellick. Dasani.
Oh.
Wow. That is fucking cold.
Hold on 1 second. Dasani, I've seen you with the book or two. See if you can make heads or tails of this.
Dasani grabs the book and looks at it upside down, turns it up and looks and goes, all right, I'll try.
Make me a religion check.
Okay. 19.
Oh yeah, dude.
You just find a page that's like stuck together, and you find that there is a ceremony that is done on a token that can be used for the purpose that for the purpose of the medallion passage, the creation of passage. This ritual, though, takes some time. It takes a full lunar cycle to have prepared the token in a way that it can be blessed, and then the ceremony takes an hour.
All right. Oh, it's some type of like religious like ceremony thing. And he's gonna hand it back.
Wonderful. I'm sure the people that are looking to build the lighthouse here would find this very helpful.
Right on, dude.
Is it just me, or does it seem like everyone here is hiding something?
Can I have the book back, please?
No,
Not
you
just-
may not.
I need the book back.
She said no.
Can I send Quetzal? Is there a space for him to fit under the door into Ozymandias, where the same room that Ozymandias went into?
I think he's too big to go under a door.
Okay.
How big is this? snake?
Or is he?
How
Oh, should
big
I
is
have to
it?
roll for that? See if it goes.
Enlarge reduce. Oh my god. He had it. He
Okay.
had the answer.
See, now I'm glad I'm not Spring.
I'm just imagining, or is he? Suddenly, fireball goes off around everybody. Well, campaign's over, guys.
Now his spirit can go through the door.
Ashes go right under. Okay, a teeny tiny little bitty Quetzal can go under the door.
What is beneath tiny?
Itty bitty.
Sarah, why?
Teeny weeny,
Tell Sarah's a mom.
It's,
yellow
still
polka dot bikini.
but it's just like how
It's like,
tall people are medium versus short people are
oh my
medium.
god, he's such a little
The itsy
tiny
bitsy
light
Quetzal.
Here he goes. Hi. Okay, let me get the room description up. Hold on. This room is full of emptied kegs and bags and boxes, with a small cot in one corner and a great deal of clutter. And Ozymandias is cross-legged on the floor, with his palms down on the ground, and he is murmuring to himself in Aquan.
Yeah, I don't speak that language, and it would take me 10 minutes to speak that language. So, well, you know what? I will begin to ritually cast comprehend languages, and I will pull Quetzal to the other side of the door just to be safe.
Sarah, do you think during all this time I could just sit here and take a short rest?
I think you could. Yeah, seems like you could. Based on the fact that you've chosen to do nothing for this time.
I don't want to be rude and just poke my head in. Also, other people are already poking themselves in rooms. I don't need to do that as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
These are not really people. I mean, they are technically people's bedrooms, but this is like the basement of a monastery. That's
Yeah, it's
being-
like they're private spaces, but it's also like almost like a
Yeah.
commune-esque kind of thing going on. So it's like public-private, you know?
Public-private.
Yeah, you guys never
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, I know
Privately
exactly what you're
public.
talking about.
I mean, most of these rooms are probably not full of personal items. Those were
Well,
probably all
some of them are.
destroyed in the majority of those, I should say, were probably destroyed when the monastery was lit on fire.
Yep, the woman is gonna try to take the book back. Actually, no, Dasani's got it still. Dasani, can you roll me an athletics check?
Is she putting hands on my boy?
No, she's trying to grab the book. She's not putting
That's-
hands on anybody.
That's the same thing to me.
Steal from a kid?
You steal from a.
This is her book!
It's hers.
she said what she said.
I am sorry, my computer is froze. 1 second.
Oh, good.
Dasani's currently reading it. It's his
What?
steal from
Oh,
a kid.
yeah.
19.
Yeah, she puts her hands against it, and you just put one hand over the top of it, and yank back and pry it from her fingers. Please,
Now
I
you
don't-
listen here, Mariah.
I don't need this to become a problem. I just need to return the book to the room.
Well, we need. Go ahead, Yumi.
We're clearly still. Dasani is clearly still reading the book. He will return it when he's done.
Can he at least come with me to the room?
What's so important about this book?
It is a sacred text that was copied and transcribed for Ozymandias when this abbey was constructed. It is one of the few relics left that is specific and sacred to this location. It is very important.
Dasani's has the book in his hand, and he like kind of like dribbles like back and forth, and goes, "All right," and like tosses it up and like shoots it at back to Quillet.
Oh.
And he yells, "Right on!"
I'll reach one hand in the air and I'll just hold it. I'll stand as tall as I can and just hold it in the air and look at her.
Now you listen here. All we're asking for is some honest answers, and so far the only thing providing it is this book.
What do you need to know? I will tell you, okay? I just need that book back. Whatever you need to know, I will tell you.
Wonderful. What is going on here?
A few of the priests and clerics decided to undermine Ozymandias after he had made an agreement with Bernadette Crowell that none of us were very comfortable with, but admittedly it was sort of the only way to keep all of us alive at the time. She threatened to kill us all the moment she had stepped foot into the Abbey in the first place. Most of us want to just go back to the mainland, even though we know that this means we will be killed. Ozymandias will not go, and that's fine. Some of us can, and most of us can't. Some of us are fine being here.
And what of the Winding Way?
Bayleaf has been saying that now for days. None of us know what that is. Truly, we don't know.
Krellick, may I have the book, please?
Thank you for asking nicely.
I'll hand it to you.
As if she hasn't been saying please this whole time.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, I'm not giving it to Mariah.
No, I know. Just like,
Right.
Thank you for asking nicely.
You are quite welcome, Krellick. Now let's go back to the library. And I will go back to the library, and I will sit down, and I will copy the pages about the ceremony that's necessary to create a medallion similar to Ozymandias's.
What are you doing?
I am creating some insurance for me and my friends.
Most of us don't speak this language. We can only transcribe it. We don't know what these books are. They're just holy texts that belong to the Abbey. We don't... If that's what you need, that's fine, but the original should stay here.
Oh yes, the original can stay here, no problem.
She finally seems to loosen up, like to release that tension, and then sits and watches you. Transcribing this is going to take like at least an hour. I'm actually gonna say 2 hours.
That's fine, unless the team interrupts me with something, but that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 hours.
Okay. And I think we're gonna take our 10 right now, so we'll be back at 5 till. All
Cool.
good?
All right.
All right, folks. Ted, your ritual finishes. You have comprehend languages. I'm assuming you're just gonna go like.
I will signal to Vicaris.
Ooh. I was gonna say yeah, I cast it, but then I forgot. I still have to roll for that, don't I?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, cool. I cast it again.
Okay. All right. Little bitty snake goes under the door.
Teeny tiny.
Little teeny tiny snake. He is in prayer, asking for advice, asking for guidance. That's what he's doing in this decision.
Not unexpected, but is there any other? There's no other exits to this room, and it's basically otherwise full of junk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess as long as this spell's gonna hold up, I will just send him through the meditation room door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The meditation room. This room has been cleared of all debris and is currently has been actually scrubbed. The floor has been scrubbed. 3 walls are heavily curtained with drapery of thick black velvet, and the east wall is decorated with a horrible mural depicting a red dragon devouring a sheep. Near the west wall is a stone table on which a large orange brazier burns. The table has been scrubbed and scoured, but it has many odd discolorations and scorch marks. A half-melted statue and 2 badly damaged candlesticks sit beside the brazier. What is... I do need to know, well, what's your passive perception?
14, not great. I'm sorry, just to be clear, that's this room or the room beyond the door?
It is this room.
Okay. The first room. So this is stuff we could all walk up and see.
Yeah. With that passive perception and you can have Quetzal like behind the curtains and looking around, and there you find a door that's been hidden.
Not this door, but a different door?
No, this door. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought that door was visible. That's why I had him in there in the first place.
Yeah, the lighting's not great for that particular. Anyway, that door is shut, but the way that like the curtains move and they like hit the ground, and they're weighted, the way they move when Quetzal wiggles his way past them, they shed dust as if they have not been touched in a very long time.
Huh.
And then under the door?
Yeah, if you can fit, we'll send him through.
Okay. He is in a hallway. A passage. 10-foot ceiling, smooth walls and floors. Some not an insubstantial amount of dust.
Okay, this is gonna be a little weird. Yumi, please ask one of the priests what is beyond the meditation room in this long passage. I won't be able to hear their answer or your answer to this, so if there is something I should know while I'm sending Quetzal down there to scout, please just give me a shake or something.
Okay. Yumi will look for a priest that's close by.
He's like your eyes and ears are with us now, right?
No.
Me? No.
Okay, so you're just saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Right. I will wonder. Are they just all in rooms?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just
Yep, just
Uh,
gonna stop right there.
ask this lady because she answered truthfully, sort of. Um, Hi.
Hmm?
I have a question. What
Yes.
is beyond the meditation room?
She looks confused and says, there's nothing beyond the meditation room is a private room for the high priests. Nothing. It's
Does no one else go in there except the high priest?
correct.
And there is nothing beyond the meditation room, only the meditation room.
As far as I would know, I've
Is
not been
that
in there.
what everyone else would say as well if I were to ask them?
I would assume.
All right, thank you for your help. I'll go try and find and ask someone else.
Okay. By the way, the thing that is helping you out here right now, Zashel, is that Quetzal is like the size of a teeny tiny worm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Hi.
Is this something that Zashel might recognize?
Which one?
I'm gonna go with this one because I can kind of see that one. This one I can only see the like bare edge of the token.
Why don't you go with a religion check?
Not good. 15.
Yeah, I'll say that's enough. A ghostly thing, a creature with a cold aura. I think the thing is though is that Quetzal doesn't have vision, he has blind sight. So
That is true.
yeah, so what he is experiencing is a breath of cold, like a chilled air, a space. Yeah.
I assume his blind sight would be sort of like the heat sensing that most snakes have, and he just sees a literal black space where there is no heat whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be time to pull my boy out of there. I'm just gonna pop him out and in near me.
Okay.
And then snap back to my own senses.
Okay. And
But I
then
will let
Yumi.
Yumi finish her.
Hi. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know about the meditation room?
Sort of. We can go in there to help a high priest clean in there, but we are not allowed within there otherwise. If the braziers are lit, we do not enter.
Oh, so no one else goes in there except the high priest? Is there anything else in that room? Beyond that room?
I don't think so.
Alright, I guess that's it. And Yumi will leave. Would I know that Zasha was back now?
Unless he makes an indication. I don't think so.
Oh.
I assume that some of that was going on while Quetzal was still going down the hallway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tiny Snick probably takes a little while to do some walking. Slithering.
Yop looks busy. I don't know if I want to disrupt Yop. I think I'll just tug on Zashel's arm at some point.
Okay, yeah, you can respond when you're back, Zashel. Yeah.
What did they tell you? What is it?
They all think that there's nothing beyond the room and they're not allowed in there.
There is definitely something beyond the room, some sort of undead, possibly cold elemental creature. There's multiple things back there. I can probably reveal the door, but should we ask? Should we wait for Ozymandias to come out first?
Do you know where the winding way is?
Do I?
They never told us, right? And Yumi will look around for Bayleaf. Where is this Bayleaf?
Yeah.
I have a question.
He tilts his head to one side.
Where exactly is the entrance to this winding something you were talking about?
Ah. See, that information doesn't come free.
And what would you like in exchange for that information?
He shrugs and says, "Do you have any gold on you?"
Maybe. And Yumi will look. And either player needs to look. I have some, but what can you do with gold if you're trapped here?
Well, gold is one part of the payment. I'd very much like to also, when you leave, get passage with you.
Oh, I don't think any of us has problems helping anyone who wants to leave.
Well, then it
Seems-
sounds like all you need is coin.
Depends on how good your information is.
I'm not giving any information without any money.
And how much money are we talking here?
He whistles and says, "Surely you all have 500 between you?"
Yeah, that's not happening. And Yumi will just turn around and... Well, Bayleaf is no help. He refused to say anything beyond wanting money for...
What do you want, like 20 gold?
Dread.
Or, I mean, that's a lot.
Exactly. It's probably
It's a lot, but supposedly this winding way leads to 10,000 golds of treasure, if you believe the stories, which is
curious if
questionable.
that what you found is the entrance to it.
What was your counter offer, Yumi?
I said no, that's stupid, and I didn't give a counter offer.
Bayleaf, who is about 20 feet away, just shouts out and says, "I mean, I can provide more than information." And he grins.
But if
And
what
what's
I've
that?
found is the entrance, there's clearly no reason to pay Bayleaf, so I think it's perhaps best if we wait a moment to see what Ozymandias has to say.
Oh, he could be in there for hours. That man doesn't make decisions easily.
Part of me wants to turn around and just be like, eavesdropping is rude. Since we are very clearly not.
Sure, but you guys are also very close to him, and he has, not moved.
Well, what's our thoughts, team?
So, you know the way.
No, Stashel just
I
found
don't know if it's the way. I have found a passage of which the rest of the priests seem unaware. It's possible Ozymandias is also unaware. But which, oddly enough, Bayleaf, you're not actually part of this church at all. You don't even pray to Procon, correct? You're simply a mercenary hired to train these people?
Down to the T.
So, if what I've found is indeed the way, then it's possible that... However, we've been asked not to explore, so in the meantime it would be impolite and put further strain on our claim of salvage to wander uninvited, as it were.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, if we know the way, then we should go. But if you don't know what it is, then you should find out, right?
I mean,
Really?
Hmm.
We've been to places but we don't know where it leads before.
Yop, which room has your librarian friend?
Oh,
No, I'm in here. I'm still copying the ceremony.
I will actually go into the library, or what's serving as a library. Would you have any tomes that detail the layout of this, what remains of this abbey? I promise you I will not take them beyond the door. I will keep them in this room.
Unfortunately, no. This is, as far as we know, like this, there was only the 2 upper floors of the Abbey and this cellar. There's nothing else to be seen, or nothing was secret.
What was on this island before the Abbey was founded?
And nothing, it was practically barren. There was even less plant life here than there is now.
So if there are structures with which you're unfamiliar, they were built by whom?
I don't know.
If I may, Zashel, what are the conditions of our contract for the surveying?
Let me check my notes. And I just clicked on some random thing that I can't close. Well, our contract does call for us to clear the Abbey of any threats and the island, if possible, to make way for a lighthouse. So I suppose if there were something perceived as a threat, it might be within our contract to remove it. However, if the threat in question is indeed part of the Abbey's, shall we generously describe them as defenses, that could that could make the question of whether it needed to be cleared a rather murky one.
I see. Well, I am almost done copying down the ceremony that will allow one to create a medallion similar to the one Ozymandias has, so that they can have safe passage through the sand with the skeletons and whatnot. I suppose that We should give Ozymandias an opportunity to be honest with us, finally. If he chooses not to, well then, I think we offer safe passage to anyone other than Ozymandias, Odium, or Bayleaf that would like to leave this island. Present the ritual for safe passage over the sand, and call it a day. Those three liars can sit here and rot for all I care.
Maria, when was the last time the pirates were actually here? Or more importantly, I suppose, when do you expect them to return?
I would suppose any day for the past maybe 4 or 5 days. I wake up expecting to see something or hear something. Nothing yet.
Did they have a regular schedule, or did they sort of show up whenever they had pilfered enough things that they felt the need to secure them here?
It was never more than 3 weeks at a time. Though when they came last, it was unexpected, for sure.
Unexpected how?
Well,
What seemed so odd?
Well, it's not as if it had only been a few days since they had last appeared anyway, and, well, they came in greater numbers than they usually do, and they weren't carrying any goods, just weapons and torches.
Of course. Sorry, I misunderstood. Oh, well, I suppose the only thing we can do is put it to a vote, Decisionist, whether we should wait for Ozymandias or proceed to clear the remaining threats that might be at issue.
I assume the threat is the one you found?
Correct.
I don't see why we can't wait for him to come to a decision and ask him ourselves what is there, and should he choose to not tell us, unless someone prefers to do otherwise.
I think we lose. Go ahead, Krellick.
Baymaiden. Or you.
Your ear cuff says in, I think, Yumi's voice, Bayleaf.
Bayleaf.
Yes?
I'll give you 100 gold to show us the thing, the wanding way.
Make a persuasion check.
It's a nat 1, so it's a 2.
He puts out a hand and says, "Deal."
I extend my claw to him and shake his hand, and I will hand over 100 gold.
All right, so that was cheap.
Yes, it was. And then he begins walking towards the meditation room.
If you don't mind my asking, you're not part of this temple, you're not part of this faith. How is it that you know about this thing that so many of the priests here don't seem to know about?
he walks across the room and looks at the brazier and without looking at you just says, "Simple. I don't care." And he spits into the brazier and then parts the curtain for the door. 100 gold to show you the way, not to guide you.
It's dangerous in there.
Should be. There's 10,000 gold worth of treasure down there. I can't imagine that it would be ill-protected. Ozymandias by himself and his poorly kept secrets is surely not enough.
So I was gonna go, ask Ogman, maybe see if he wanted to come. Are we going now?
I don't believe we were planning to, but if Ogmund is going to explore the newfound area of his temple, of which he may have been unaware, then we can, of course, provide protection services, which would be well within line of our contract, and escorting a member of the church would certainly go far in our salvage claims. It would no longer be us wandering around unapproved. We would be escorting a member of the church.
Krellick nods his head, like too much, as if he definitely understands what you're saying to him. And I will, I'll go find Ogman. I'll see if he's in his room.
Do you knock or just go in?
I open. We're friends now.
Okay. He looks at you out of the corner of his eye.
Hey, Ogman, we going to find out what's down the Wanding Way? You wanna come?
What?
There's supposed to be like, guardians and danger. I thought you might want to come.
He snorts and says, "Bayleaf is full of shit. You didn't pay him, did you?"
Yes.
Well, your loss.
Have you been down there?
It doesn't exist.
Well, maybe. But you gotta earn your spear back somehow.
He puts a hand under his cot and pulls out a wicked-looking bone blade. I think I'm all right.
Suit yourself.
At no point in there did you explain the passage behind the meditation room.
No. I offered him adventure. He didn't want it.
No, he wants to die in glorious combat in defense of
I
the
offered
temple.
him. I offered him glorious combat. It just wasn't his
Didn't
kind.
clarify it.
That's not my. That's for him. That's not
Of
for
course.
me.
So I take it he didn't want to come?
No, Augie's staying where he is.
Too afraid to break the rules.
Maybe.
I suppose we could ask.
Roland, it's your time to shine.
Odium. He's technically a member of the church. Not perhaps this particular parish, but close enough.
Well, I wasn't asking Ogman to come as like a representative. I wanted him to prove to me that he could take this spear, but he feels that he doesn't need to, and that's alright. I
Yes.
think we go. I don't think we need anyone from here to go with us.
We have gone over this without a representative of the church. We have already
that-
been expressly forbidden from the scouting we've done already.
Zasha, go ask that guy with the name. I don't think you can explain this to Krell.
I mean, I paid good money for this.
That's
Yes.
why we're to pay money for it.
You paid good money to a person who has no rights or claims to the thing that he has showed you.
But that's not what he said.
You come to Odium's door and he rolls over again. What?
Would you like to explore the winding path, or the winding way?
Why? Why does anyone listen to what that stupid bard has to say? No.
I'm not listening to the bard. There's a passage behind the meditation room. Are you familiar with it? Apparently it is... The meditation room, I mean, is known... or is only for, shall we say, senior staff. While I doubt that that is inclusive of yourself, given that you are not, as you've said, a standing member of this particular parish, it does perhaps raise a question as to the motives, you might say, or the suitability of the current leader of this parish, which could assist you in your efforts to have them removed. Granted, I doubt there is any chance that you would be the likely replacement, given that it was your actions which directly led to the attack by the Sea Princes, but it beats sitting in a room with a bunch of statues of unknown provenance.
Roll a persuasion check. When you finish, he just looks up at the statue of the death figure, and then drops out of the cot, straightens his robe, says, "Lead the way."
Is there anything hidden in that one?
I don't know.
I'm surprised you never checked since you found the scrolls in the Medusa.
All right, who's all getting together for this?
I've been copying the thing though.
If you guys leave now, Yop will not be able to finish
How much
until
longer
later.
do I need to copy in case we come back?
More than an hour.
Bayleaf did say Ozymandias might be in there a while if we would like to rest and heal our injuries. Krellick, you look a little beat up still.
I feel fine, but I am a little hungry.
Yop, you think you can finish within the hour?
I believe so.
Why don't we rest an hour then? Yumi, agreement?
Yes. I'm just, and you will whisper, worried if we go, Yup might not be able to copy when we come back.
Yes. Forgive me, Odium, for rousing you early. It seems we will be leaving in an hour or so.
He just goes and leans against the wall and starts snapping his fingers to himself and causing little sparks to fly, just entertaining himself with a little magic while he waits for you guys. Alright, everybody take a short rest, except for Yop. I'm sorry, since you're working.
Yeah, no worries.
If anybody needs healing before you spend hit dice, I have both my spell slots still.
I
think.
am so, and obviously Krellick.
They could both use it.
Actually, I only have one spell slot left. I
Then you can
apologize.
You can heal Yumi.
have hit dices. I'm fine.
I have hit dice and I have the special necklace, so you can take the healing.
It's Astro, it's your decision.
Yeah, I'll get double hit dice, so any healing magic should go towards you.
This is for you, me then. 23.
Okay, let's get a mark in chat when you've got your long rest stuff done.
Short.
Yep, short rest.
During the short rest, does Roland have any food in his room?
If Roland, no.
No?
But the room
I think
over
you mean
here,
Osmond?
No, I mean Roland.
Oh,
the room over here though was a kitchen. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, I'll rummage around in like whatever weird paste they have to eat. Whatever, if they have food, you know.
Yeah, they do. It's they have like created food, from the spell, which is like filling wafers, pretty much.
Cool. I eat a lot of them then.
Cool.
What kind of bland did you want?
Mayonnaise.
I'm gonna say honey, but more like a dessert, but mayonnaise works too.
I mean, what do you offer? Which one do you provide?
I offer honey because I like honey.
Okay, then yeah, I'll scoop a handful and slap it in
No.
and
Physically have it on me yet. Do they have like an empty container I can pour it into?
They have a bunch of dirty dishes that haven't yet been cleaned. But yeah.
And like, they don't have a crate that's empty. No, okay. I'll.
There's some like empty kegs. Yeah, you can.
like an
I'll
urn or
pour
something
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One urn. Yep.
Yeah.
And how much honey do I get from that?
Ooh, time to check the thing.
Time to check the thing. 1 gallon.
That's so much.
holy shit.
I forgot it's like for honey, that's an obscene amount.
And then I'll like clean one of the bowls and I'll scoop out a bowl of honey and I'll bring it out to, I guess, the central room so everyone can eat. Or stack on wafers with honey. Yep.
It's a nice snack. I like that. Honey and church wafers.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Short rest done. All right, folks. Ready to go?
If Yop is ready, then we are ready.
Yeah, have I completed my copying?
I think that the short rest like mechanically ends sooner than this, but within like 15 minutes after that, yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay. You're all set.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. The door is right there behind that curtain. Krellick, if you would lead the way, I will recast light on Yumi's bow. Since my other one will have worn off by now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
There
I'll-
are creatures at the end of this short hallway. Be very careful.
You mean like the killing kind?
Nasty undead as far as I am aware, but they could be, theoretically, they could be within the guardianship of Ozymandias's medallion.
Well, if they in the way and they coming at us, then they going down.
I'll pull out my two-handed maul and confidently begin just barging through.
Yep, how long does
Excellent.
that ceremony? Yeah, okay.
Let's get an initiative.
One for the ceremony.
I am going to park Quetzal outside Ozymandias's door.
My rolls this evening have been extremes. 20s and 1s and 2s.
Yeah, at least we got my one out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's not great. Okay, Krellick, you barge in and immediately are hit by a wall of a cold, dark, and heavy, like sickening air, and take 5 necrotic damage as a smallish, wild-looking specter figure with a like shabby cloth hanging over it and a face that is stretched and the skin slack runs to you. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. It's like loose skin around its mouth widens as if being pulled horizontally, and you can hear like a sharp inhale, and take. Oh no, that's gonna. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, sure. Also, my initiative says 11, but I rolled a 22.
Okay.
And you need a con save?
Mm-hmm.
24.
Okay, so you succeed. So you take half of this second batch of necrotic damage, which is a total of 11.
Okay.
And Yumi, what's your dex stat?
Dex is a 4.
What's your so 18?
Yes.
All right. Okay, that means Yumi is next.
I will go peek over here and oh, there is a lot of things in this room. I will shoot this one over here.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, that'll hit.
I will use a bursting shot with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'll shoot it again.
Okay. Is this the one that does an AoE or no?
It's the one that, yes, does an AoE
Yes.
10 feet.
Alright. And is it a dex save or is there no save?
There is no save that I see.
Yep. Okay, cool.
And I'm sure that one misses. That is my turn.
That misses. Okay. Krellick, your turn.
Oh, okay. This is like some kind of weird flesh thing.
Yeah. uh, it's a bony creature with like sagging, like rotting skin, and shabby clothing hanging off of it.
Okay. And these are like like ethereal, gnarly looking things.
Yeah, we've got some ghosties. We've got that gross dude, and then we've also got massive hulking horned skeletons.
Okay. Could I would like to well, first things first, I of course rage.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to grab this thing by the horns and throw him across the room into the other grouping.
Okay. Let's get a grapple check.
Absolutely. Okay, we are raged up. Grapple check. Nat 20, 28.
He also got a nat 20, but his
Oh my
athletic
God.
score is not enough. So you have him grappled.
Okay, cool. I will shift.
If you want to, like, okay, so like what you said is you want to throw him across the room. Like, you can, in order to execute that, you have to grab him and drag him because you can only shove him 5 feet.
Yeah.
You cannot throw this thing. This game has rules.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but I'm pretty strong, you know.
I
And
mean,
like,
yeah.
yeah, you know.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's a class size bigger than you, or it's a size class bigger than you. You can't throw him over your head.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Extra carrying capacity.
I mean, I can carry a lot. I don't know how much he weighs, but okay. Obviously, you know, I'm continuing with the action because I said I was going to do it. So
Yes.
I've dropped my maul because I need to grab with both hands. So
Yep.
I grab hold of his horns. I move him into this space, and then I'll pull him down, and then put my foot on his head, and then try to boot kick him into the other people.
Okay. Let's do another contested athletics check then.
You got it. 23.
Wow. He got another nat 20, so a 24. So he holds.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
Okay. Dasani, it's your turn.
Right. Action. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom in. Can't see
I don't think you can see like hardly anything. Huh?
hardly anything. So I'm gonna go this way. Where is it? Okay, moving here. Oh. Okay. Oh.
See everything now.
Yes, I do. Okay. What do I want? Well, how much? Like a narrow.
You're cutting out. What are you asking?
Is this like a little narrow hallway? This is.
Yeah, 10 feet. 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
Very. I am. Two. Can I hit it from here? Am I too?
Ooh, hit it with what?
With ice knife. And who's?
I think so, because I think the range on Ice Knife is 60 feet. Yes, you can hit. You can.
Okay, boo, shouldn't do that.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Oops, the first one was 7. I hit it twice.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Scheiße.
You want to take a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up a little.
Yeah. I think, yep, that's your movement.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Odium gets to here, sort of hides behind Yumi, and puts out a hand, and a crashing wave that feels as if it is just a glowing light next to you. Krellick crashes down on the Minotaur skeleton, and he falls back a little and takes oh, not bad. 8 points of radiant, and that's Odium's turn. Okay. And then we got the skeletons. Okay, the first one, right next to Krellick, cannot like charge, but it begins to try to wrest its horns from you a little. But is it going to try to break grapple? It is just going to try to crash its head into you. Let's see. There it is. There's the nat one. That's nothing. And then this guy can go 1, 2. Oh, it's a little squeeze. But he can get to Dasani at least. For a 17 to hit Dasani.
Here.
All right, its head lowers, and one of the horns catches into your side for 12 piercing damage. And then that. Oh no! Hold on, I've got to refresh my page. Zashel, your turn is next, and I'm gonna work on that. Yeah. Fresh.
I can't see real great. I can assume that I see the big guy here is mostly skeleton, so I can safely say that there's no chance of poison working. I will go ahead and just start with a sacred flame on that guy.
Okay.
DC 15 dexterity save.
A fail for 12. Excellent.
Radiant damage. And I will move up next to Yumi in front of... Or, I'll move up next to Odium. Just say, do stay behind. This is something that we do on a regular basis.
Okay, bonus action for you?
No.
Okay.
Sarah, is my token emanating light from the
Should
light
be.
spell? Can
Should be.
everyone else see? Well, I guess I don't know. I guess a lot of people have dark vision and whatnot. It sounded like people weren't able to see in the room. Am I misunderstanding that?
No, I was more speaking about the fact that there's lots of people in the hallway.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can see 5 enemy tokens.
Cool.
Okay. Vicaris, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna round the corner and see what you all have been describing the entire time. Just kidding. That is. Let me count the tabs. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna move to where I can see things. Holy shit.
That is one of my
Okay.
favorite things with dynamic lighting, is hearing you guys do that exact thing.
Drop a fireball on it.
Not today. But I will do something that I think is pretty fun. I cast slow.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh fuck, that's right. My bad.
Well, it's a
8.
it's not about like spell failure, but I mean,
Yeah. No, I just forgot.
yeah, okay.
That picture you have so slow.
Right. What's your spell save DC?
It is something.
Cool.
16.
Okay. Ooh, things are looking real good for you right now. Everything failed. Everything is
Yes!
stone.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Up to 6 creatures. Yeah, okay. Alright, just making sure it's... because, what is it?
I can only see 6, so if there's more, then like they didn't get hit.
You're good. I always mix up slow with the, fairy fire, so it's one of those like, oh, I don't remember if it's an AoE, like all things or what. But okay, bonus action for you.
No, I think that'll do it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yop will work a little crank on the inside of her shield, and a bunch of sparks fly out the front, and she will cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Ooh, and they have a -2 to this.
I'm assuming. Well, how are you shaping this so it doesn't? Are you gonna hit Krellick or no?
I'm basically aiming for that spot.
Gotcha. Cool. And one of my dudes didn't make it into initiative. We're fine. We're fine. Let's get. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's a fail. And that's a fail. That's one save. Okay. This guy back here. This guy saves, and your save's a 15 or a 16?
16.
16? Okay. Then yeah, okay. Only the guy over here saves.
Okay. And after I do that, Betty and I are gonna run around Krellick. Unless slow affects it, one of the two of us will take an attack of opportunity, I assume.
It does. It affects this, so it does not hurt you.
They can't use reactions while slow.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fantastic. And I will use my bonus action to direct Betty to attack the Minotaur skeleton that Kralik is still holding on to.
Okay. Ooh, that's a miss.
Oof. All right, that's our turn.
Okay. This ugly guy. Yop and Betty both take 5 necrotic damage. Ooh, Dasani might as well. Yeah, Dasani also 5 necrotic damage.
Say that again.
5 necrotic damage. And then this thing, the horrible creature in the corner, will back up a little bit and look at Yop, and I need Yop to make a Constitution saving throw.
If it's a spell, it has to do certain.
It is not a spell.
Oh, okay.
13 saves, so you'll take half of this necrotic damage, a total of 9. And then it is Yumi's turn.
So 9 is the half.
Yes.
I'll just shoot the one right in front of Dasani.
Okay. That's gonna hit.
Second one your misses. Why just with my rolls?
Well, they have a -2 to AC. That hits.
The 12 hits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 18. Its bones be rattled. Any bonus action for you?
Nope.
Okay. Kralik.
Did I take the 5 necrotic damage as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's like okay, cool. So half of that is what, 2 or 3? 2. Okay. And what are these red dots?
Those are these fairy-fired creatures.
Oh, I thought only this one was fairy fired, but it was all the
No.
others were fairy fired.
Yeah, that was the only one who saved.
Saved for gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Am I able to reach back and grab my maul to be behind me?
Yeah, I think it ended up right here. That makes sense to me. So yeah.
Okay. I like to like hold onto the horn and like use that as a counterbalance and grab my maul. Stand up, let go, so he kind of reels a little bit, and then try to break his legs out from underneath of him. So I'm gonna. You know what? They look. Oh, my allies did all sorts of weird magic, so I'm gonna go Reckless Great Weapon Master on him.
Okay.
20. Well, let's see. 22 to hit.
22 will
Oh,
hit.
sorry, it's the 21. That's the roll.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, for 26 bludgeoning, plus an additional 2 for rage.
Okay. How do you want to kill that one?
Oh, just like I said, I'll just crack on his hip and just blast the bottom half of him away.
Yeah, you with the maul against skeletons, with the Great Weapon Master, they don't stand a goddamn chance.
I will keep the momentum of the maul going, keeping it swinging in an arc, and then I'll twist and bring it down on the side of this guy's skull to see if I can break him to the ground. Same Reckless Great Weapon Master, 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, for 22 damage.
Okay. Oh. Got that one too.
Sick.
The bludgeoning vulnerability is, yeah.
I'll survey my scene of destruction, and I'm gonna let's see. I think I have the movement for this. I'd like to, because I'll need a 5-foot running start. I'll use their corpse on the ground to leap off and land next to this guy.
Okay, cool. Can you take another 5 necrotic damage for me? Halves to 2.
Yes.
Cool.
That is my turn.
Cool. Dasani, you're up.
All right. So is this one right here still a thing?
Yes, that guy, yeah.
These are both alive. All 3 of these.
The purple things, yes, and the little guy in the back, yeah.
Can I hit this guy right here? Yeah.
I can't see what you're pinging. I'm assuming it's this.
Yes, sorry.
With what? What are you trying to hit?
I'm going to.
Oh, Ice Knife? Ice Knife hits. Ice Knife hits.
Hey.
Alright, let's get that damage.
Oh. 10.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I had the wrong... Oh, I'm so sorry. That didn't hit. I had the wrong character sheet open, looking at the wrong AC.
Alright. Backtrack.
I'm sorry. Do you want to take a bonus action, or no?
I will.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Odium stays back. But I think he's still got... Yeah, he's good. Okay. He will bring down another sacred flame on top of a thing in front of a relic, but it evades the holy light. And then we have These things nasty. Okay. This guy's gonna creep up to you, Krellick. And... reaches out. Does slow affect the... No, it doesn't. Okay. Reaches out with a chilling hand, with a 21 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Okay, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm. Nat 20, 25.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's 22.
22?
Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you will take 11 necrotic damage, halved to 5,
Okay.
with no other effect. And then the other one will attack Yop in a similar way. 16, I don't think hits Yop, though, right?
Nope.
Okay. Zashel.
I can see this guy pretty clearly. Just a tad. And I'm gonna stick with the Sacred Flame. I don't know what that is.
I just rolled and it's not great.
9 radiant damage.
Okay. That is a good hit. Bonus action?
Nope.
Okay, Vicaris.
So I'm gonna do the thing that I typically do, which is Twin Chaos Bolt. I don't know why.
Where at?
So I don't know why it's on disadvantage, by the way. But this one here and this one here.
Okay. They both hit.
Hey! Alright, I should have it up real quick. Cool. So first one, first level, was 12, which was a 8 and a 6, unfortunately. Could have been cooler.
What damage type we got?
Let's go Thunder.
Ooh,
And then second one, sorry, I was looking at the chart. First again. Ah, 8 and 6 again. Alright, Thunder as well.
Alright. You learn
Oh, wait, sorry.
immediately
Sorry.
Hmm?
It was... Oh, nope. Sorry, I read it wrong. 5 and 4. So, Force for the first one, and the second one was 1 and 8, which I'll stick with Thunder.
Oh, okay. So Force ends up killing the one down here.
Nice.
And Thunder seems to have not as great of an effect on the other one.
Cool.
Okay. And then Yop.
Okay, I will rush down to the one Krellick is engaged with.
Oh, Dasani, did you take 5 necrotic damage at the end of your turn?
Yeah, I was actually.
Yeah, okay. Alright, continue, Yops.
And I will start swinging my Warhammer.
Cool. That's gonna hit. Crunch. But this thing is still up. You do have advantage. 17 still hits.
Let's do this just in case I crit.
Nope. I mean, a 24 still hits, but it's a...
Right.
Yeah.
Betty, get him! Oh, Betty.
Oh, no, Benny.
It's still fairy fired. Betty could get him.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Yeah. 17 will hit. Alright. Force damage, okay. This thing seems to hit, seems to take this physical damage really well, but, magical damage, yeah. Anyway, that it for your turn?
That is it.
Alright, you and Betty both take 5 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then it's its turn. Gonna look at Betty for a con save.
That was just for concentration.
Okay, cool. A 15. Nice, that's a save, but she still takes 10 necrotic damage. As this thing kind of just hollowly stares around at each of you, like its gray, ashy, just overstretched skin just flops in the wind. Yumi?
Yumi will walk further up into behind Dasani, and I will shoot this thing back.
Cool. Definitely both of those hit.
And that is all. You know, I'll move over here.
Okay. Can you take 5 necrotic damage for me? Okay, and Krellick, you're up.
Cool. I will. I don't want to injure Yop or Betty, so I'll step to the side, grab my maul, and just spin in a cyclone of death. And I'll try to hit this guy down here first.
Okay.
Okay, I don't need. Okay, here we go. Advantage, Great Weapon Master Maul. It's not reckless, so it's just it's the 15.
That hits.
Okay. For oops, sorry, I'm still raging. For 22 damage.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And then I'll hit the ghost thing with the other one.
Cool.
16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, for 29 max damage.
That's great. It handles it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a ghost. It is a ghost.
Yeah, like my maul just passes through it, but I'm just sitting there spinning and spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay, Dasani, you're up.
All right. Hit this one right here. With frostbite. Ooh.
Okay. Which one again?
Frostbite 7.
Yeah. To which
Oh,
enemy?
I'm sorry. My thing's not going off. I thought I hit it. This one right here.
Gotcha. Con. It's saved. This is a cantrip, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, you are rolling the right damage. Okay. Bonus action.
I am just going to move a little closer.
Cool. Take 5 necrotic damage for me, would you?
Okay.
And Odin gets a little closer. Fires a sacred flame at the ghost, and it hits and does a little bit of radiant damage. Actually, that explodes that guy. That last little radiant damage ends that specter's undeath. But he enters that range, and so he takes some necrotic damage. And then it's Ashel's turn.
How we doing, team? We got most of them down? Okay. Still got a couple over here in this corner. Like I said, please stay behind me. This dude up here, I will go ahead and... yeah, I'll just keep my sacred flame going. 14 radiant. If he fails DC 15 dexterity.
Yep, he did. Alright, is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you take 5 necrotic damage for me?
Ooh.
That 14 was spicy though.
See, I got too close.
Okay, Vicaris.
Fireball. 17.
That
It would
hits.
technically have advantage on it. Okay, well,
Good roll.
11 fire damage.
Okay, it is resistant.
Of course.
Right? This guy's a nasty motherfucker.
That's why I'm staying over here.
Okay, Yop, your turn.
All right. Swinging that warhammer.
Yop the Destroyer, let's go.
That's gonna hit. Okay. Alright, another attack. 18 hits. You bash this thing apart. How you want to do that?
Yop just goes full ham and is smashing this thing into tomato soup.
It actually is like more like cement, like wet cement, where it's just
Even better.
gray and pudding-ish and chunky. And that's it. No more sickening aura. No chronic harm coming to you. And that looks like a pretty good place to end session tonight.
Still have
Or
one.
right, that there's more.
No, that's all of them. You got them all.
I
All
mean,
dead.
we see a door. Like
Hooray.
there's things too.
What?
What?
Are you saying more or a door?
Door.
Wait,
So
door?
I still.
It keeps
it-
cutting out right at the start
Yeah.
of whenever you try to speak.
all right. So there is a door, and there is
Yes.
more to this area, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We do see a door.
Yes, there is a door. I'll give you a room
It's a-
description and all this other stuff next week.
It's an adorable door.
Cecil just sort of turns to Odium. So you were unaware of these things, or are these typical defenders?
He looks a little perplexed and like surprised, and even watching him cast his magic, it seemed like reactionary. And he says, I don't know what this is. If this is some sort of weird underground thing for the high priests, I have not been made aware.
Yop whispers to Kralik. Odium's here. That guy's a dick.
I give you a knowing nod. Sir, what? I never know what the monsters are called. I'm just talking about like my keeping track of occult kills. I've just been naming them what I think they are and like making up names for stuff.
Yeah.
So is that? I mean, I guess it doesn't have any real mechanical.
I mean, I whenever you've asked for a name, I've given you a name.
Okay,
s-
what is this thing then?
It's called a bodak.
A bodak. Okay.
Oh, that stinks. I was going to beg you not to give him the names of anything because I'd love to see what Krelik's naming these fucking things.
Well, that was Flesh Monster because that's all I knew. None of them are really weird, except there is one thing called a mouth bag. I don't know what that was.
The mimic.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That makes sense. It's a
Yeah.
bag.
If it was a
Like-
bag, that makes sense.
I think that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely a mimic.
Yeah. I mean, the most important one on here under Yop is one for Betty. So.
Nice. Betty's on the board.
She's on the board.
Betty's on the board
I mean,
as a victim.
As a victim. Yeah, I'm not tracking her kills. Although I should. I'm actually going to put Betty down here. I should be doing that.